following is a feature presentation of the Replay Sports Channel, the home for great games.
This episode of the Replay Sports Channel is being brought to you by Royal Retros, your ultimate one-stop shop representing the teams of the past. Royal Retros has something for you. Every product tells a unique story, and you can be sure that you will stand out from the crowd with something different. Head over to Royal Retros today and use the discount code REPLAY to get 10% off your purchase. The link is provided in the show's description. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Football on the Replay Sports Channel. I'm your host, Glenn Walker. Tonight, under the bright lights of a sold-out Vanguard Energy Field in Birmingham, we've got a matchup that feels every bit like a playoff game in December. Two teams with identical 8-4 records led by outstanding rookie quarterbacks in a game with major postseason implications. The Philadelphia Stars enter tonight's game in second place in the East Division. The New Jersey Hitmen won earlier today. They're at 10-3. The Stars are at 8-4. Over in the South Division, the Birmingham Americans 8-4. The Atlanta Legends won earlier today, so the Americans need a win tonight to maintain sole possession of first place. And as we look at the playoff seedings, Philadelphia Stars currently sit in the third seed. They would face the DC Defenders if the season were to end today, but we still have tonight's game and next week to play. And if we look over in the National Conference, the Birmingham Americans came into this week sitting in the number 2 seed. Need a win tonight. They are still being chased by the Atlanta Legends for first in the Southern Division. Of course, we'll have all the playoff seedings for you, and we'll go over the scenarios for you in our Week 16 Inside Access preview show. So tonight, the game that's been nicknamed as the Peyton Bowl. Philadelphia head coach Sean Payton returns to Birmingham once again to face the franchise he once led to 2 Pantheon Bowl championships. And if his comments earlier in the week are any indication, he isn't arriving quietly. Payton has openly questioned why so few of his players were selected to this year's All-Star roster, using the perceived snub as motivation for a Philadelphia team that already owns the league's top-ranked defense. Coach Payton built much of Birmingham's winning culture over his 6 seasons at the helm before moving on. Every time these teams meet, there's extra emotion involved. But this week he turned up the volume. He spent much of the week talking about the all-star selections and suggesting his team wasn't getting the respect it deserved, despite it being 8-4 and owning the best defense in football. That's a powerful message inside a locker room. Players hear that and they take it personally. And tonight, expect Philadelphia to come out playing with playoff intensity from the opening kickoff. The scary part for Birmingham, though, is that Philadelphia may actually have a point. The Stars lead the league in total defense, they lead the league in pass defense, and they have the best red zone defense. That's a championship profile. If that team feels disrespected, that's not a group you want to see on the opposite sideline. Will that chip on their shoulder carry over into tonight's game? Or can Birmingham stop a 2-game losing streak, defend its home turf against one of the league's hottest contenders? We are just moments away from finding out. Tonight also features a rookie quarterback showdown. One of the biggest storylines heading into tonight's game is the battle between 2 outstanding rookie quarterbacks, Drake May for Philadelphia, Bo Nix for Birmingham. Both have helped their teams reach 8-4, and both are trying to make a statement entering the final stretch of the regular season. Both players are top contenders for the Gridiron Award for Rookie of the Year, which will be presented just a couple of days before Pantheon Bowl 24. Drake May continues to get better every week. He's only played in 9 games this season. He's 217 out of 347 passing attempts, a 62.5 completion percentage, 2,147 yards, and has thrown 11 touchdowns. Last Sunday against San Antonio, he completed 26 of 38 passes for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. What stood out wasn't just the numbers, it was his control. He managed the game beautifully, avoided mistakes in key situations, and delivered when Philadelphia needed points. The chemistry with his wide receiver Drake London has become one of the best quarterback-receiver combinations in the league. London caught 9 passes for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, and London remains May's most trusted target. The Stars look like a complete football team in their 27-13 defeat over San Antonio. Tank Bigsby ran for 94 yards and a touchdown. The defense recorded 5 sacks. Philadelphia controlled the second half from start to finish. That's exactly the formula they will want tonight. Build a lead, let the defense take over, and finish the game. Meanwhile, Bo Nix has done an outstanding job leading Birmingham's offense all season. 279 completions out of 423 attempts, 3,103 passing yards, a 66% completion percentage, 22 touchdowns, and only 3 interceptions. They lost in overtime to Baltimore last week, 33-30. And that will not sit well with Bo Nix. The Americans led Baltimore 30-14 entering the fourth quarter and somehow watched the game slip away. Nix played well. He threw a touchdown. He added 40 yards rushing, and he was part of helping build that 16-point lead. They dominated for 3 quarters, then everything unraveled. A 59-yard field goal by Baltimore forced overtime, and Baltimore completed the comeback. The question tonight is psychological. Can Birmingham shake off that heartbreak, or will the memory of that last week linger? Tonight, Nix will be judged on how he responds after one of the most painful losses of the season. Great quarterbacks have short memories. We'll find out if Nix can turn frustration into motivation. A quick look at things to watch for tonight. The Philadelphia offense versus the Birmingham defense. This could be the matchup that determines the game. Philadelphia averages 362 yards per game and owns the league's most efficient red zone offense at nearly 95%. Bottom line, Stars finish drives. When they cross the 20-yard line, they usually score. Now let's take a look at the Birmingham defense. The Americans rank 15th overall and possess the league's worst pass defense, allowing nearly 287 passing yards per game. That's exactly where Drake May will want to attack tonight. This is a huge concern for Birmingham and their head coach, Doug Peterson. They have struggled recently against the pass. Now they're facing a quarterback playing his best football of the season and receiving group led by Drake London and tight end Dallas Goedert. Philadelphia will test that secondary early and often. The challenge is even tougher on the other side of the ball. Philadelphia brings the league's #1 defense into Birmingham. Best overall defense, best pass defense, best red zone defense. The Stars are allowing less than 287 yards per game. However, the Americans can run the football. They average more than 123 rushing yards per game and featured DeAndre Swift, Cavante Turpin, and an athletic quarterback in Bo Nix. But moving the ball consistently against Philadelphia has been nearly impossible for most teams this season. We're just moments away from kickoff. Let's look at the keys of the game. For Philadelphia, attack Birmingham's depleted secondary. Birmingham will be without safety Cooper Elliott and cornerback Mike Edwards tonight. Philadelphia will need to continue their red zone excellence, pressure Bo Nix early, and feed Tank Bigsby to maintain offensive balance. For the Birmingham Americans, establish the running game. Protect Bo Nix against the league's best pass rush. Limit explosive plays from Drake London and finish drives with touchdowns, not field goals. And now it's time for my prediction of the game. I love the way Philadelphia is playing right now. They're healthy, they're motivated, they're carrying the best defense in football. Philadelphia's passing game creates too many problems, and Birmingham's injuries in the secondary, well, that concerns me. You can expect a playoff atmosphere and a close game throughout. The rookie quarterbacks will make headlines, but I believe Philadelphia's defense ends up being the difference. Final score, Philadelphia 27, Birmingham 20. You are watching the WFL on the Replay Sports channel. The WFL utilizes real NFL players and the advanced simulation capabilities of DK Sports Action PC Football. The WFL strives to create a thrilling, strategic, and statistically rich football environment that balances realism with innovation. The stage is set. A sold-out crowd, 2 playoff contenders, 2 rookie quarterbacks, the return of Peyton to Birmingham, and an enormous postseason implications hanging in the balance. Will the Stars strengthen their grip on the number 3 seed in the American Conference? Or will the Americans defend their home field and remain firmly in control of the number 2 spot in the National Conference? Kickoff is coming up next from Vanguard Energy Field. Stay tuned. Sunday Night Football is next.
Welcome to Vanguard Field. Philadelphia battles Birmingham. Aubrey boots it. The kick from Aubrey is returned 38 yards by Turpin. Campbell on the tackle. First and 10 at the 39. Shotgun formation. Nix back to pass. Medium hitch to Turpin. Nix completes the pass to Turpin, gain of 13, Queen on the tackle, first down. Nix fades back to pass. Long hitch to Johnson. Nix throws incomplete to Johnson. Nix sets up in the pocket. Nix is off and running. Nix with the carry, gain of 2, Boza on the tackle. Third and 8 from the 46. Nix drops back to pass. Nix is off and running. Nix with the carry, gain of 9, Woods with the tackle, first down. Nix fades back to pass. Nix is sacked by Boza, loss of 12. Second and 22. Nix sets up in the pocket. Nix is sacked by Wilson, loss of 6. Third and 28 from the 45. Nix at the line. Fades back to pass. Nix throws a deep post. Nix throws incomplete to Addison. Beringer to punt. Gould standing inside his own 10. A 55-yard punt by Beringer, touchback. First and 10. May in the shotgun. Fades back to pass. May in the seam to Reed. May completes the pass to Reed, gain of 7, Bernard on the tackle. Second and 3. May takes a deep drop. Long hitch. May throws incomplete to London, Ramsey on the coverage. 3rd and 3. May hands to Big Spot. Big Spy the ball carrier, 2-yard gain, Blankenship with the tackle. Stonehouse to punt. A 49-yard punt by Stonehouse, fair catch by Turpin. Shotgun. Nick sets up in the pocket. False. With daylight. Nix on the carry, gain of 15, Woods on the tackle, first down. Nix calling an audible. Nix hands to Turpin. Room to run. 18-yard run by Turpin, Woods on the tackle, first down. Nix calling an audible. Nix with the give to Turpin. Room to run. Turpin the ball carrier, gain of 13, Woods on the tackle, first down. 1st and 10. Nix calls out the signals. The give to Swift. Swift with the carry, gain of 3, Woods on the tackle. 2nd and 7 from the 29. Nix with a quick drop. Short hitch. Nix completes the pass to Kraft. Touchdown Birmingham. Santos will try the point after. Santos converts the extra point. Birmingham 7, Philadelphia 0. The kick from Santos is downed by Gould. Bootleg. May on the bootleg, no gain, Buckner on the tackle. 2nd and 10. May is back to pass. Medium cross to London. May to London, incomplete, Ramsey with the coverage. 3rd and 10. Big Spy split outside. Shotgun. May fades back to pass. Medium hitch. May passes to London, incomplete, flag on the field.
Roughing the passer. Defense. Number 91, 15-yard penalty. Automatic, first down.
1st and 10. It's Ridley on the end around. Ridley gets to the 2nd level. Ridley on the reverse, gain of 16, Bernard with the tackle, first down. May drops back to pass. Short pass in the flat to Reed. May passes to Reed, incomplete, Bernard on the coverage. 2nd and 10 from the 44. May drops back to pass. May will have to run. May the ball carrier, gain of 7, equal on the stop. 3rd and 3 at the 37. May gives to Big Spot. With daylight. Big Spy on the sweep, gain of 30, Neal on the stop, first down. May glides back to pass. May is off and running. May on the carry, touchdown Philadelphia. Aubrey will try the point after. The kick by Aubrey is good, Philadelphia 7, Birmingham 7. Aubrey boots it. The kick from Aubrey is returned 44 yards by Turpin, Wilson on the tackle. Swift with the ball now. Swift the ball carrier, 5-yard gain, Boza on the tackle. Nix gives to Swift. Three-yard run by Swift, Phillips on the tackle. Tie score. 3rd and 2. 1:49 in the first. Nix changing the play. He fades back to pass. Screen to Addison. Nix with the pass to Addison, incomplete. Beringer to punt. Gould waiting inside his own 10. A 44-yard punt by Beringer, touchback. Shotgun. May calling an audible. May drops back to pass. Screen to Reed. May to Reed, loss of 3, Bernard on the tackle. Tie score. 2nd and 13 from the 17. 0:50 in the first. Prevent defense. May sets up in the pocket. He throws underneath to Big Spot. May passes to Big Spot, gain of 3, Bernard with the tackle. 3rd and 10. May calls the signals. Drops back to pass. Medium out pass to Ridley. May throws incomplete to Ridley, Robertson on the coverage. Stonehouse to punt. Fumble. 54-yard punt by Stonehouse, return of 16 by Turpin, fumble recovered by Buckner, Birmingham ball. 1st and 10. Nix drops back to pass. Back shoulder throw to Johnson. Nix to Johnson, gain of 7, Bell on the tackle. Nix drops back to pass. Nix is running with it. Nix on the carry, gain of 8, Simmons on the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43. Nix hands to Swift. Swift with a 8-yard run, Simmons on the tackle. 2nd and 2. Swift with the handoff. Swift with a 2-yard run, Woods with the tackle, 1st down. Nix hands to Swift. Swift the ball carrier, 4-yard gain, Boza on the tackle. Chase is doubled at the line. Jefferson is doubled at the line. Nix calls out the signals. Nix hands to Swift. Swift with a gain of 7 on the play, Howden with the tackle, 1st down. Nix fades back to pass. Medium fly to Chase. Nix to Chase, gain of 12, Lewis on the tackle, 1st down. Swift with the handoff. Swift with the carry, gain of 4, Phillips on the tackle. Nix from the shotgun. Nix changing the play. Nix gives to Turpin. 3-yard run by Turpin, Simmons on the tackle. Third and goal. Nix sets up in the pocket. Short slant. Nix is intercepted by Gonzalez, return of 0. Flag on the field.
False start. Offense, number 65, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
May from the shotgun. He fades back to pass. Medium hitch to Douglas. May to Douglas, gain of 8, Stevens with the tackle. May calls out the signals. He fades back to pass. Medium button hook. May completes the pass to Reed, gain of 9, Bernard on the stop, first down. May back to pass. May dumps it to Stover. May to Stover, gain of 2, Barton on the tackle. Second and 8 at the 34. May sets up in the pocket. Short cross. May throws incomplete to London. Third and 8 at the 34. May calls out the signals. May sets to throw. Medium sideline pass. May with the pass to London, incomplete. Stonehouse to punt. "66-yard punt by Stonehouse, touchback." Shotgun. Nick sets up in the pocket. Short cross to Kraft. Nix throws incomplete to Kraft. Woods on the coverage. Nix fades back to pass. He passes to Turpin. Nix completes the pass to Turpin, gain of 7, Campbell with the tackle. Third and 3 from the 27. Nix at the line. Drops back to pass. Short slant. Nix completes the pass to Addison, gain of 8, Thomas the 5th on the tackle, first down. Nix at the line. He fades back to pass. Short slant to Kraft. Nix to Kraft, gain of 11, Woods on the tackle, first down. Nix drops back to pass. Screen to Turpin. Nix completes the pass to Turpin, gain of 10, Woods on the tackle, first down. Nix fades back to pass. Medium cross to Jefferson. Nix throws incomplete to Jefferson, Lewis on the coverage. Nix gives to Turpin. Turpin on the carry, loss of 1, Woods on the tackle. They're in a hurry up. Nix fades back to pass. Screen to Turpin. Nix to Turpin, gain of 18, Wilson on the tackle, first down. First and 10 at the 17. Hurry up offense. Nix fades back to pass. Medium hitch to Kraft. Nix with the pass to Kraft, touchdown Birmingham. Santos will try the point after. Santos converts the extra point, Birmingham 14, Philadelphia 7. Here's the kick from Santos. The kick from Santos is returned 18 yards by Gould, Martin on the tackle. Shotgun formation. May sets to throw. Medium slant to Douglas. May completes the pass to Douglas, gain of 10, Stevens on the tackle, first down. May going through the signals now. He fades back to pass. Medium out to Reed. May completes the pass to Reed, gain of 4, Sanborn on the stop. Second and 6. 2:06 in the second. May fades back to pass. Medium out. May throws incomplete to Reed, Sanborn on the coverage. Third and 6 from the 32. May drops back to pass. May is sacked by Hendrickson, loss of 6, 2-minute warning. Stonehouse from punt formation. A 54-yard punt by Stonehouse, 16-yard return by Turpin. Shotgun formation. Philadelphia showing blitz. Nix fades back to pass. Medium out to Kraft. Nix with the pass to Kraft, gain of 15, Woods with the tackle, first down. Nix at the line. Sets to throw. Nix passes to Jefferson. Nix to Jefferson, incomplete, Lewis on the coverage. Birmingham breaks the huddle. Nix fades back to pass. Short sideline pass. Nix to Johnson, gain of 3, Thomas the 5th on the tackle. Third and 7 from the 46. Nix drops back to pass. Nix checks down to Jefferson. Nix to Jefferson, incomplete. Behringer to punt. Gould waiting inside his own 10. A 32-yard punt by Behringer, out of bounds. First and 10 from the 14. May fades back to pass. Long hitch. May completes the pass to Ridley, gain of 30, Young on the tackle, first down. Shotgun. May drops back to pass. May throws to big spot. May to big spot, incomplete, Bernard on the coverage. Birmingham faking blitz. May calls out the signals. He fades back to pass. Short out. May completes the pass to Reed, gain of 36, Blankenship on the stop, first down. Second and 10 from the 20. May drops back to pass. Screen to Douglas. May to Douglas, 1 yard gain, Stevens on the tackle. Third and 9 from the 19. May fades back to pass. Fumble. May is sacked by Young, loss of 4, penalty on the play. Third and 4. May barks out the signals. Drops back to pass. Short slant to London. May throws incomplete to London. "32-yard kick for Aubrey. Good snap. The snap from Barton. Aubrey is good from 32, Birmingham 14, Philadelphia 10. Here's the kick from Aubrey. Nix hands to Swift. Swift with a 4-yard run, Howden on the tackle. End of the first half, Birmingham 14, Philadelphia 10. Here's the kick from Santos. The kick from Santos is returned 10 yards by Gould, Robertson on the tackle. First and 10 from the 10. May hands to Big Spot. Big Spy on the carry, 4-yard gain, Sanborn with the tackle. Philadelphia down 4. May from the shotgun. May at the line. He fades back to pass. Medium cross to Douglas. May completes the pass to Douglas, gain of 8, Stevens on the stop, first down. May at the line. Fades back to pass. Short hitch to Reed. May to Reed, incomplete, Bernard on the coverage. Second and 10 at the 22. London is doubled at the line. Doubling Ridley at the line. May hands to big spot. Big spy on the carry, gain of 3, Bernard on the stop. 3rd and 7. May fades back to pass. Medium fly. May passes to Ridley, gain of 20, flag on the field.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat, 3rd down.
3rd and 7 from the 25. May sets up in the pocket. He dumps it to Stover. May with the pass to Stover, gain of 10, Sanborn on the tackle, 1st down. The give to big spot. Big spy on the carry, gain of 3, Young on the stop. Philadelphia down by 4. May hands to big spot. Big spy on the carry, gain of 3, Young with the tackle. 3rd and 4 from the 41. May barks out the signals. Fades back to pass. Short curl. May completes the pass to Ridley, gain, flag on the play.
Offsides. Defense, number 21, 5-yard penalty.
May fades deep in the pocket. He checks down to Stover. May to Stover, gain of 9, Barton on the tackle. 2nd and 1 at the 43. Current drive, 9 plays, 47 yards. They've used 4:44 on the clock. May is back to pass. May airs it out. May completes the pass to Ridley, touchdown Philadelphia. Aubrey will try the point after. Aubrey makes the extra point, Philadelphia 17, Birmingham 14. Here's the kick from Aubrey. Birmingham trailing by 3. Nix calls the signals. He fades back to pass. Long button hook. Nix with the pass to Jefferson, incomplete, Lewis on the coverage. Birmingham trailing by 3. 2nd and 10 at the 25. Nix fades deep in the pocket. Long out. Nix completes the pass to Addison, gain of 28, Thomas the 5th on the tackle, 1st down. Timeout, Philadelphia. Nix fades back to pass. Nix will run. Nix the ball carrier, gain of 8, Queen with the tackle. Nix gives to Swift. Swift with a 3-yard run, Queen with the tackle, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36. Nix barks out the signals. Nix fades back to pass. Short slant to Johnson. Nix throws incomplete to Johnson, Bell with the coverage. Americans trailing by 3. Second and 10 from the 36. Knicks hands to Swift. Swift gets to the second level. 19-yard run by Swift. Howden on the tackle, first down. Knicks at the line. End around to Kraft. Nine-yard run by Kraft. Wilson on the tackle. Knicks at the line. Knicks hands to Swift. Swift with the carry, touchdown Birmingham. Santos will try the point after. The kick by Santos is good. Birmingham 21, Philadelphia 17. Santos to kick off. First and 10 from the 25. May at the line. Bigsby with the handoff. Bigsby on the carry, gain of 2, Bernard on the tackle. May from the shotgun. He fades back to pass. Medium cross to Ridley. May completes the pass to Ridley, gain of 13, Robertson on the tackle, first down. First and 10 at the 40. The give to Bigsby. 3-yard run by Bigsby, equal on the stop. May sets up in the pocket. False. May the ball carrier, gain of 10, Barton on the tackle, first down. First and 10 at the 47. Trips right. May is back to pass. Medium cross. May completes the pass to London, 10-yard gain, Ramsey on the tackle, first down. First and 10. May fades back to pass. Short outside pass. May with the pass to Reed, gain of 8, Barton on the tackle. Second and 2. May fades back to pass. May throws to Reed. May completes the pass to Reed, 27-yard gain, Robertson on the tackle, first down. First and goal from the 2. May fades back to pass. He throws to Reed. May to Reed, incomplete. Second and goal from the 2. They're looking for Bigsby. Bigsby with the handoff. Bigsby with a 1-yard run, Nwosu on the tackle.
Timeout will be charged.
Aubrey will try the point after. Aubrey converts the extra point, Philadelphia 24, Birmingham 21. Here's the kick from Aubrey. Knicks fades back to pass. Pass in the flat to Swift. Knicks passes to Swift, gain of 16, Wilson on the tackle, first down. Birmingham down 3. Knicks at the line. The hand off to Swift. Swift on the carry, gain of 5, Simmons on the tackle. Nix fades deep in the pocket. Long sideline pass to Jefferson. Nix to Jefferson, 32-yard gain, Lewis with the tackle, first down, end of the third quarter, Philadelphia 24, Birmingham 21.
This telecast is copyrighted by the WFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions or accounts of the game without the WFL's consent is prohibited.
Nix from the pistol. Nix gives to Swift. 1-yard run by Swift, Phillips on the tackle. Birmingham trailing by 3. 2nd and 9. Give to Swift. Swift lost 1 on the play, Boza with the tackle. 3rd and 10 from the 22. Shotgun formation. Nix is back to pass. Medium into Chase. Nix completes the pass to Chase, gain of 14, Gonzalez on the tackle, first down. Nix calls out the signals. Swift takes the handoff. Swift lost 1 on the play, Woods on the tackle. Swift with the handoff. Swift on the carry, no gain, Diaby on the tackle. 3rd and goal from the 9. Chase is doubled at the line. Jefferson is doubled at the line. Nix fades back to pass. Medium out to Jefferson. Nix to Jefferson, touchdown Birmingham. Santos will try the point after. Santos converts the extra point, Birmingham 28, Philadelphia 24. Santos to kick off. Shotgun formation. May fades back to pass. Medium slant to Douglas. May to Douglas, gain of 13, Stevens on the tackle, first down. Big spy on the draw. Big spy on the draw, gain of 2, Hendrickson on the tackle. 2nd and 8. May drops back to pass. May passes to London. May to London, gain of 5, Ramsey on the tackle. 3rd and 3. May fades back to pass. Medium slant to London. May passes to London, gain of 11, Ramsey on the tackle, first down. Philadelphia down 4. First and 10 from the 44. 9:17 left in the fourth. May sets up in the pocket. May throws to Stover. May to Stover, incomplete, Young with the coverage. Second and 10 from the 44. May fades back to pass. May to Douglas against Stevens. May passes to Douglas, 10-yard gain, Stevens on the tackle. Third and inches at the 34. May drops back to pass. Short out. May to Reed, gain of 11, Barton on the tackle, first down. May fades back to pass. May throws underneath to Douglas. May to Douglas, gain of 5, Stevens on the tackle. Second and 5 from the 18. The give to Big Spot. 3-yard run by Big Spot, equal with the tackle. Third and 2 from the 15. May calling signals. He fades back to pass. May throws to Reed. May throws incomplete to Reed, Barton on the coverage. 33-yard attempt for Aubrey. Stonehouse to hold. Good snap from Barton. The snap from Barton. Aubrey made the 33-yard field goal, Birmingham 28, Philadelphia 27. Ants team on the field. Aubrey boots it. The kick from Aubrey is returned 21 yards by Turpin, Wilson with the tackle. First and 10 from the 20. Nix in the shotgun. Fades back to pass. Nix dumps it to Jefferson. Nix completes the pass to Jefferson, gain of 9, Woods on the tackle. Nix working very slowly. Sets to throw. Long in. Nix completes the pass to Kraft, gain of 31, Bell on the tackle, first down. First and 10. Slowly coming to the line. Nix fades back to pass. Medium slant to Chase. Nix to Chase, gain of 10, Gonzalez on the tackle, first down. First and 10. Birmingham working slowly. Nix sets up in the pocket. Nix will run. Nix the ball carrier, gain of 10, Howden on the tackle, first down. Birmingham taking their time. Nix barks out the signals. Nix fades back to pass. Short slant. Nix completes the pass to Johnson, gain of 6, Bell on the tackle. Americans leads by 1. Second and 4 from the 14. 2:19 left in the game. Nix taking his time. Nix at the line. Nix drops back to pass. Short into Johnson. Nix completes the pass to Johnson, gain of 5, Thomas the 5th on the tackle, first down. 2-minute warning. Nix barks out the signals. He fades back to pass. Nix throws to Addison. Nix to Addison, touchdown Birmingham. Santos will try the point after. The kick by Santos is good. Birmingham 35, Philadelphia 27. Santos with the kick. First and 10 from the 25. Shotgun formation. May sets up in the pocket. Throws to Douglas's back shoulder. May passes to Douglas, 10-yard gain, Stevens with the tackle, first down. Philadelphia trailing by 8. May sets up in the pocket. Medium sideline pass to Ridley. May completes the pass to Ridley, gain of 12, Robertson on the tackle, first down. Philadelphia down by 8. May sets up in the pocket. Short slant to London. May completes the pass to London, gain of 6, Ramsey on the tackle. Philadelphia trailing by 8. Second and 4 at the 47. May drops back to pass. Short out pass. May with the pass to Ridley, incomplete, penalty on the play.
Holding. Offense, number 65, 10-yard penalty.
May glides back to pass. Medium out to Reed. May to Reed, incomplete, Sanborn on the coverage. Third and 14 at the 43. 1:30 in the fourth. May fades back to pass. Throws to Ridley's back shoulder. May to Ridley, gain of 5, Robertson on the stop. Fourth and 9. May is back to pass. Short into Douglas. May throws incomplete to Douglas, Stevens on the coverage. Nix hands to Turpin. Turpin lost 4 on the play, Woods on the tackle. Nix with a 3-step drop. Pass in the flat to Turpin. Nix with the pass to Turpin, 3-yard gain, Wilson on the tackle. Third and 11 from the 49. 1:14 in the fourth. Nix sets to throw. Medium hitch. Nix to Addison, 9-yard gain, Thomas the 5th with the tackle. Beringer to punt. Gould waiting inside his own 10. A 40-yard punt by Beringer, touchback. Philadelphia down 8. Shotgun formation. May fades back to pass. Long outside pass. May throws incomplete to Reed, Nwosu on the coverage. May calling signals. Back to pass. Long outside pass. May throws incomplete to Ridley.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. Automatic first down.
May fades back to pass. Long out. May throws incomplete to London, Ramsey on the coverage. Second and 10 from the 32. May at the line. He fades back to pass. May throws a deep post to London. May to London, gain of 40, Ramsey on the tackle, first down. Philadelphia hustling to the line. May calls out the signals. Drops back to pass. Screen. May completes the pass to Reed, 12-yard gain, Nwosu on the stop, first down. Birmingham 35, Philadelphia 27.